You know what? For the movie that I'm watching that I'm talking about right now, I don't think it deserves any memes on this episode because really this movie is just absolute awfulness. I mean, I have never seen a film like this in my life. I don't know why a film like this needs to exist. I don't know how this movie got made. I don't know why it exists. It's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. The movie the movie that I'm talking about is the movie that I'm talking about today is Jack and Jill. Okay, so for those who don't know, Jack and Jill was produced by Happy Madison. I know a lot of people don't like Happy Madison, and I completely understand that, but you gotta give them credit though. As bad as some of their movies are, they're kind of in an entertaining kind of way. Like there's a few so bad it's good ones like Grown Ups 2 or Bucky Larson or something like in a so bad it's good way. Some of them have followings like the Deuce Bigelow movies, which I actually enjoyed and have already reviewed. The Benchwarmers, The Animal, The House Bunny, Joe Dirt, the first Grown Ups, the first Paul Blart, and even Here Comes the Boom. Those are like cult classics. And Sandler has done some really funny movies, like from his older movies like Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy, The Water Boy, Click, Anger Management, even Mr. Deeds was decent. But, oh gosh. This movie is so bad, it made me lose all my sense in him because for what I've looked up and for what I've just noticed while watching it, this is considered to be not only the worst Sandler movie, not only the worst Happy Madison movie, but one of the worst films, period. And God, were they right. They were obviously right. They were not wrong with this movie. This movie is so awful, there's nothing positive I can say about it. But let's talk about the story, because that's what everybody's talking about with this movie. So, the movie's one joke. Sandler is a woman. Sandler has a twin sister. That's it. That's the joke. There's not much to it. It's just one punchline. But the story is, so you got Sandler. He's getting ready for the holidays with his kids and family. But then he soon realizes that his sister Jill, which also played by Sandler, is coming over for the holidays. And Sandler does not like that because, well, I don't know why. And his sister comes over, but then sooner or later in the movie, Al Pacino comes in and falls in love with Jill. Jill doesn't know what to do, and then I guess it's up to them to... I don't know. I had a hard time following this movie because it's just so hard to watch. I really don't know what to say. The worst thing about this movie was the humor. I never laughed once. It was tedious, it was boring, it was long. I didn't really care about much of the characters. It's just unbelievable. Really unbelievable. Really unbelievable, guys. The product placements are all over the place. Like, even in the beginning of this movie, it's like if Sandler came up and said, hey, I want to make this movie as big as I can, so I need to add in a lot of product placements because, nobody cares. Nobody cares about the story or anything, so let's just add a bunch of product placements like Coke or Dunkin' Donuts or something. I'll give this movie this, though, and this is probably going to be the only positive, is that the Dunkachino song is pretty catchy. Maybe too catchy for this movie. But that's about it. The story has been done to death. It should have been... It's just your average romantic comedy with Sandler as a girl, I guess. The humor is the worst part of this movie. I never laughed once, except for that one Dunkachino song. I don't care about the characters. His character in this movie is unlikable, and the twin sister is even worse because she's really annoying. I didn't care for any of these characters. And it's just not a good movie. I mean, you're making a big mistake when making... This movie was a big mistake. I want to know whose idea was this, why this movie was made, and why it was just made to begin with. So overall, this is not only the worst Happy Madison film, this is the worst film I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot. So, overall, do I even need to say any more? It's just crap. It's just utter crap. I give this movie a 1 out of 10. Maybe 2 if you got the Dunkachino song, but I don't care. I don't care. It's just awful. I don't recommend this movie. If you like it, fine. I'm not going to judge you, but for me, it's just an awful movie. Also, the movie does not need to be PG. It needed to be PG-13. Maybe even an NC-17. I wouldn't go for an R because it's not raunchy, but you get the idea. Well, this movie did not deserve any of my attention. This is LTeam signing out. Wow, that was weird. Okay. Okay. What's going on? Why am I feeling funny? Gotta get up. Oh.
Wow, that was pretty damn weird. Whoa, hey, how the hell did I get here? Am I in space or something? I need someone to please help me.
Hey, just relax. Hi, I'm Claudette. Say, have we met before?
I think so. Wait second, are you the one that helped me get out of this universe after I wore those binoculars?
I think so. What's your name?
My name is Luke, but everyone back home calls me LTM, so how did I get here this time?
Well, that depends. Did you review a movie? If so, what movie did you review?
I had to review Jack and Jill. Why do you say that?
Just as I thought, you reviewed a movie so bad that it caused time to collapse, and that it caused you to end up in the future.
Holy shit, so that's how I ended up here. So what you're saying is that I changed the test of time all because of a bad movie?
Pretty much.
Well, what do I need to do? I don't want to end up here.
You're gonna have to review a really bad movie that is worse than something like Jack and Jill, and I think I know just the film.
Oh really? Well then what is the movie you want me to review?
Well, let's go back to my apartment and I will show you.
Okay, let's do it. So what was you doing up in space anyways, Claude?
Well, that's another story for another time, so are you ready to watch the perfect bad movie?
Yeah, what movie is it?
Follow me to the living room.
Hey everyone, I know this sounds and looks pretty weird, but in order for me to get back home and out of this dimension, I have to review a really bad movie that is worse than the one that I just reviewed, and the movie that I am reviewing today is Cats. Cats was a Broadway musical made in the 80s that was a huge hit, though when the movie premiered, it was considered to be one of the worst films ever made. It was panned by critics, failed at the box office, and won a lot of Razzie awards including Worst Picture. It also went through a lot of development hell since 1997, though the movie has gained a cult following for being a unique kind of bad. But I'm here to tell you all my thoughts on it. So what did I think of this movie? Oh god, that sounded terrible. This movie is so bad that it made me feel speechless. But enough of that. Let's talk about the film.
I hated the movie as well. The movie was just nothing to me.
The plot is so hard to explain, but I'll try my best to explain it. So it's about a bunch of jellicle cats, who every year must decide which one will ascend to the Heaviside layer and come back to a jellicle life.
That is so confusing, but I can go with that.
What I don't like about this movie was its story. Cats had probably one of the most convoluted plots in movie history. The design of the cats look pretty ugly, and mice look even worse. Ever since the first trailer to this movie, everybody hated the visuals. And it makes you wonder why now redesign the cats, kind of like how Sonic got his redesign.
The characters are really forgettable. Even if you haven't seen the musical, the characters will not leave you any impact.
The songs are okay, I guess. There are a couple of songs that I do like, but some of them feel forced and not well put together. I do like some of these actors who played in this movie, like Ian McKellen, Taylor Swift, James Corden and Judi Dench. Though they all feel poorly wasted, and it just makes the movie feel kind of hopeless.
I will say some of the actors did a decent job as well, like Taylor Swift and Ian McKellen, but everyone else really phoned it in.
I guess some of the backgrounds look decent, though then again they just look bland and unoriginal. That's all I can think of while watching this movie. So overall, Cats just seemed like a nostalgic marketing tool to take back people to a simple time when musicals were big and that they kept pleasing audiences. But the movie just felt like a bunch of ideas that should have never been made. Overall, I did not like this movie. It's got some good things, but not enough to give it a good rating. Overall score 3 out of 10. It's so bad, I don't even give a shit.
I did not like the movie myself despite some decent performances. Overall score for me, 2 out of 10. It's a waste of potential for me, and whole bunch of people.
Okay, so I gave my thoughts on the movie. What happens now? Okay, I can feel it kicking in.
Wait, am I a grizzly bear now? No, I don't want to be stuck as a bear forever. Why does this keep happening to me? First I'm in the Plotagon universe, now I'm in the bear universe. Well, that's just great. Oh well, we'll have to go find me another really bad movie to review, I guess. I'll follow Claude's advice and try to find me another movie to review. But what movie should I do next? Well, there's only one way to find out. Try to find me a movie and review it and try to get out of this universe. But first, before I do, I want to go do something. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Luke, shouldn't you be back in your home now? Well, it turns out the movie that I reviewed wasn't really bad enough to bring me back home, and instead it brought me to the bear universe. So now I have to talk about a film so bad that I have to find a movie that's worse than Jack and Jill. So, the movie that I'm reviewing now is movie 43. I watched it in the middle of the woods, and yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm hoping that this movie... Movie 43 is basically a bunch of shorts and segments and parody skits for a producer to help him involving a Hollywood project. Like, there is no story to this movie. It's kind of like the Kentucky Fried Movie, well, without any of the charm or wit. This movie is awful. Okay, I'm hoping that this movie will bring it back, but the movie is terrible. I hated this movie a lot. The problems with movie 43 is that it thinks it's funny, but it's not as funny as it thinks it is. It's just random joke after random joke, and some of the jokes don't even make sense. Occasionally there's a good idea for a joke, but they're not fully utilized or realized yet. For example, one of the stories is about a girl going through a period. Okay, it sounds funny if you think about it, but really, what's the point of it being funny? There's also one short where it's about a cat obsessed with his owner. And you're kind of thinking, this should be funny. I should be laughing at this, but really, it's not funny. And it's just kind of mind-blowing because there's an idea, they're just not fully utilizing it. All the characters are forgettable and generic and stupid. That's all the movie is. The movie had no idea what it was trying to do. The movie was just really stupid to begin with. And to be honest, I don't even know why this movie was made to begin with. There were so many good people involved in this movie, like Halle Berry, that one guy from Superbad, let's see, I can't think of anybody else. Seth MacFarlane, I think, was in it. I think he was one of the directors for it. Gosh, there were so many people in here and poorly wasted that it just felt mind-blowing to me. I don't know why this movie was made. So the characters are dumb, the stories are lazy, the jokes are gross and not funny. I barely laughed at all. Overall, movie, I know this is kind of a short one, but what can I say about movie 43? I know I've gotten a lot of requests to review it, and you know it's been called the Citizen Kane of awful, and it's very understandably why. It's just a bad movie that didn't need to be made, and it didn't need to exist. Is there anything good or positive I could say? Well, I guess if you want to look at it as like a so bad it's good, like The Room or Freddy Got Fingered or something, then maybe. But as a movie by itself, it's just not a good movie. I don't recommend this movie at all, unless you want to look at it as like a so bad it's good, that's up to you, or just watch it as like a punishment, then yeah, go ahead. But for me, I did not like this movie at all. It was mean-spirited, crude, and gross. I'm going to have to give movie 43 a 1 out of 10. It's a really awful movie, and it did not need to be made, or does not need to exist. Okay, that was easy. Okay. Now that I reviewed that movie, I should be feeling something by now or something. Okay, why is there fish all over the place? What's going on here now? Wait, am I a fish now? What am I? Oh, wait. Oh, the sharp teeth, the big fin on my back. Oh, man, don't tell me I'm a shark now. I look terrifying, and everybody's not gonna like me. Oh, well, gotta keep looking. I may be a shark, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna give up. I need to go find me another movie to review. What else could be, what other movie could be bad, though? Might as well just keep looking then. Whatever's going on here. Hey, look, some sea divers. Hey, buddy, excuse me. Hello? Hey, guys, can you help me out here? Wait, I'm a little bit slow, so you have to try to slow down a little bit. Hey, wait. Hey, come on, guys, I can't swim that fast. I may be a shark, but I'm not the type of shark you think I am. Wait. Guys, wait up. I need your help. I need to find me a movie to review. Please, come on, guys, help me out here. Please. Come on, guys, you can help me out. Come on. Please, don't slow me down. Please. Oh, man, because I'm a shark, they think I'm terrifying, and they're too busy looking around in the water. Well, I'll find me a movie to review. I just don't know where else to go. I may have to stay as a shark forever. If only someone can help me. I just gotta think of a movie that everyone hates. But what movie, though? What movie is worse than the ones I've already reviewed before? Oh boy. I mean, there can't be any other movie that's worse than movie 43. Maybe I could find a movie that's so bad it's good or something, like The Room or Freddy Got Fingered, but I don't think that would work. Maybe I'll use that as a backup plan, but for right now, I gotta find me a movie review. Let's do it. Okay, everybody, I know this sounds weird, but now I'm a shark. And because I'm a shark, I don't want y'all to see my face, because I am too ugly to look at. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sit here and talk about this movie with you guys while I'm talking to you. And I'm gonna talk about the movie I'm talking about today. And the movie I am talking about is Troll 2. Now, I think ever since I started doing movie reviews, I have been getting a lot of requests to do this one, and I can understand why. It has been getting a following, and it's considered to be one of the worst films ever made. Now, Troll 2 is a sequel to the 1985 film, which I have not seen yet. I've already watched Troll 2, but I haven't seen the original Troll, so I might take a look at that one in the future. But for right now, let's talk about Troll 2, one of the worst sequels ever produced. So in Troll 2, you got this family that's going on vacation, and this family finds out, this person tells them that they've been haunted by goblins and demons and everything like that. Mostly goblins or whatever, or trolls, or whatever they call them. They don't look like trolls. They look more like goblins. And now they have to stop them and save the hometown. To be honest, I don't know whose idea. Now, let me just say this. I've never seen the first Troll. I don't know. I can't compare anything, so I don't know. But I would like to treat this movie as a standalone movie. And let me just say, this movie does not work as a standalone movie. I'll just put it that way. This movie really sucks. It sucks big time. It's worse than Jack and Jill, it's worse than Cats, and it's worse than movie 43 in so many ways. First of all, the effects are just plain god-awful. It just looks very unappealing. The designs of the goblins, although scary and terrifying looking in a way, but they're just so hard to look at, and they're just so cheap. Everything about this movie is just cheap. The characters are plain, they're nothing very spectacular, they're just forgettable and cheesy. The dialogue is awful. Some things don't make sense. Some of the jokes fall flat, even if it tries to be funny. At times, it just doesn't know what it wants to be. It doesn't know if it wants to be a dark comedy or if it just wants to be a horror movie. Though to me, it felt like a dark comedy in some scenes, but that's just me. The movie's very cheesy. This is a very low budgeted film, and I really cannot stand this movie at all. I don't know why this film was made and whose idea was to make Troll a sequel. I'm sure the original movie would have been perfect, but at least I can understand why it exists. The second Trolls movie does not need to exist. It's just a cash grab that doesn't need to exist. So overall, if you like, I guess if you've seen the first one and you like the first one, that's all I can give it to you. But for me, I'm sure it has its fans, but for me, the movie is just plain awful. It's cheesy, it's forgettable, it doesn't need to exist, it's visually boring, there's nothing redeemable about it, it's just crap. I give Troll 2 a 1 out of 10. It's a really bad movie with no redeeming qualities whatsoever. I didn't even like one thing about this movie. It's just so cheesy and dull. And when your movie is cheesy, it's kind of unpleasant. All right. Come on, there's got to be something going on. Why am I not... Okay, now I'm feeling something. Oh, gotta go. Okay, where am I this time?
Oh, what the? He's back again.
Oh no, not you again.
That'll do, donkey.
Is that a flamethrower? Bro, he has a flamethrower now? Oh my god, he has a literal flamethrower. Uh-oh, it's coming. It's coming. He's cornering me. Where am I gonna go? No! Shaggy, get out of here. He's trying to cook us. Ogres do eat humans. It's true. Bro, he's torching the whole building. What is his plan here? I need Donkey to talk some sense into him. Rick, wait up! Come on, we need to leg it. Oh my god, Shaggy's hauling ass.
You're going the right way for a smack bottom.
Oh, yes! We got him with the claymore. You noob. Don't you know to check doorways? Oh my god. Oh my god, Rick's laying into him. Rick! Get in! Woo!
Listen. You listen to me, man. Like you listen to me, man. Like you listen to me, man. Like you. Like no, man. You listen to me, man. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're trying, man. Listen to me, man. I don't know what you're trying, but I don't like it, man. What the hell? Come on, man. Let's get a move on.
So you all are probably wondering, am I ever going to get back home? Yes and no. Okay, I finally found it. The worst film that I've ever seen. I finally found it. The movie I am talking about, of course, is Fantastic Four 2015. So the Fantastic Four movies have a little bit of a reputation. The original 2005 movie wasn't perfect, but at least I could see it as a decent superhero movie despite some problems. The second movie actually I really didn't think was too bad. I didn't find it good, but it was an improvement over the last one. So what's the point of rebooting these movies? Well, I'm just going to say money, but I think I know another reason. This was reported to be trying to figure out if they can see if they can reboot the Fantastic Four again, and that didn't really work very well. The movie was panned by critics and audiences and fans of the comics. It did poorly at the box office, and it got a few Razzie Awards for Worst Picture, including Worst Picture. So it was a big disappointment. Probably worse than the last two movies were. And what do I think of these movies? Oh, this movie. Why did this movie get made? Why does this movie exist? Why do we need another Fantastic Four? The original two were not perfect, but at least they seem like they seem more faithful to the comic, but this movie just didn't feel like it. So, the plot of this movie, you have one of them who is an inventor who dreams of becoming a hero or an inventor, and he starts having these powers, and he teams up with these other three kids. One of them that has elastic powers, the other has have fire, and then the other is involving a rock thing, which is like called the Thing. And they're also off to stop the evil Doctor Doom. It's as simple and cliched as it gets. So, Fantastic Four is not a good movie. It is probably the worst superhero movie I've ever seen, period, because I did not like this movie at all. I don't know why it needed to be rebooted. I don't know why it exists. The biggest problem with the movie is that it doesn't understand what made the comics so great. Now, I've never read the comics, so I can't compare anything, but I know that the Fantastic Four was more like the Guardians of the Galaxy, where they were more goofy and toned down. But here, they're trying to be too dark and too gritty, and it just doesn't work. The visuals, although okay, sometimes kind of overblown at some points because, you know, they're really trying hard to make it look good. The acting is the worst part. I did not care for any of these characters, and their performances are just awful. What they did to Doctor Doom is just unforgiving. Doctor Doom just felt like another cookie-cutter bad guy that we've seen, and his design is awful. The Thing looks awful as well. His design is a little awkward and weird and too dark. The original 2005 Thing wasn't perfect, but at least he fit the tone of the movie. But here, it just didn't work very well, and it just doesn't fit the tone. The movie tries to be all Avengers, and it just doesn't really work. There's an idea for a movie, it's just lost, and the execution is not very well executed. The designs, the design suck, the acting sucks, the story sucks. It's every superhero cliche you can think of. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the first Avengers movie. And everything else is just cookie cutter and forgettable. I don't even care about this movie. I just want to go back home. So overall, I hated this movie, and I hope this movie gets forgotten pretty time soon. Overall score, 1 out of 10. It's just a really bad movie. I don't know why it exists, but I know that it does. So y'all might be wondering, why can I move? And why am I Shaggy? Well, I died, and I cannot go back. However, I'm hoping that I would feel something in a few minutes, so 3, 2, 1... Nothing happened. Oh well, I guess... that don't feel so good at all.
Can I sit in here and watch TV?
Oh,
I'll just go upstairs.
what's wrong?
I'm upstairs and watch television.
Oh, okay. Oh, what a nightmare.
Huh?
Nothing.
Hey, make sure you're closing that door good.
Sure.
Especially while the air conditioning's not working.
Alright. Oh, what a dream.
You have a good dream?
Yeah, I guess.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Love you.
Love you too. Oh, a shark. Shaggy. What else? A bear. And Plotagon. Sheesh.